Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. Welcome back to another episode of our legendary Shamoko Let's Play. We continue for episode 6 from turn 48 in the winter season 199. And last time we ended by taking in all the tribes, so we now have a lot of characters to deal with in our court, in our recruitment pool, options with the Han factions. We have to sort out where our armies need to be going forward as we start fighting the Han factions. There is no more fighting non-Man factions as we're the only one remaining. Now we will try to create some vassals, but as you can see, we don't really have the option here in the Cave Lords to give them independence. So I don't think that's going to work, which is a rather sad implementation of our mechanic. So it feels like our mechanic just done. Because there's no more non-Man factions, we can't get any more domination stacks from the tribes, and we can't release any vassals, therefore there's no cooperation. There's the only hope is that once we move down the reforms, and we have the option for coalition alliance, which technically is nothing to do with vassalization, right? We can vassalize non-Man factions. So maybe that's the unlock we need to have access to independence. We can also get that here, which is probably the route we're going to take. I think just to restate our goals, we want to end up with all the square reforms at the bottom, which allows us a little leeway in terms of taking one circle reform on the 3 tiers above. And here, positioning ourselves as a mercenary treaty faction, I think is a lot more useful than maintaining coalition and alliance with non-Man faction as we go for Emperor. So, because we can get the same bonuses on the other 2 sections, and the only thing that changes is alliance and coalition versus mercenary treaty, which is a 20-turn temporary alliance, and the fact that Shamoko was a mercenary for no base, essentially. I think we're definitely going to come down here after we pick up the tribal council, get the satisfaction activated, get the research reactivated, and then we'll come down here. We really need the satisfaction boost because it's hard to keep our non-Man generals happy with the choices we have made. 20 turns of minus 30, it's a big deal. And then after that, we can focus on the economy and military functions that we have. Not typically how we play. Tend to focus on economic build out first, but in our case, we're going to go political first. Looking at our land, we are at war with Shixie's faction, we're at war with Ying Shao's faction, and the Jiuzhen commandery down south. Not a very big roster of enemies, and because the attitude we maintained from the bonuses we picked favoring the Han factions, most Han factions don't hate us. As you can see, Yuan Shu loves us. We support his legitimacy. We are trying to sort of honeypot a few of the Han generals into marrying into our faction. Yuan Shang, for example, can be stolen. Yan Yu is working for Yuan Shao and married into the family. He doesn't have a daughter. I don't understand how this marriage happened. The opinion on the idea is bad. We can't change it because he's locked in -9 with us. It's not terrible. We can definitely afford this. Our trustworthy is about to even out over time. It's only 1.2. It's not a big deal. Yan Yu may be worth grabbing for just the mending skill that he has. We can definitely poke around to see, don't want to close it, which factions' marriage options are best for us. In my mind, there is a clear... Oh, Luo Jun's also very good. He's heir, he has items, and also he has a burn trade as well on top of that. Pricey. Pricey. Now the items he's going to have is probably the book for crossbow damage, which doesn't really do us any good. I think unless I see someone that stands out, going for Liu Zhang might be our best roleplay scenario in this regard. Like, Cao Ang is not heir. His bonuses are not great. Cao Ren's also not heir. His bonuses are not great for faction wide, which is kind of what we're looking for. And on top of that, he probably, I don't even think he can hold on to his bow. I feel like Cao Cao's going to steal that. Now, we did work on this to get the value down quite a bit. And there's a chance we could get this through and then divorce. Definitely an option we have. The trend, it's not trending towards anything that can help us. We could sign this first. We don't want to use the food. I think we pay him for this. Also ensures he doesn't use any of his schemes against us. And he's now liking us. Next tier up is going to be 50. That's not going to happen, so we dropped it by 1 point here. So that's definitely worth it for us. We paid 0.4 essentially in cash to drop this by 1 point. And if we want to wait, we can probably wait out the last 3.4 here once in about 4 turns. And then this will become essentially 0.8, essentially free. But Cao Cao's one option. Sun Quan's also a pretty terrible background character for faction leader's sake. I don't think that's worthwhile. If this is cheap, I guess this is relatively cheap. This is like slapping a bronze item. We have so many stone pigs. And then maybe he can even give me a little bit of cash. Unlikely. If I don't want to pay him an item and overpay him, I can just splurge a little bit more. Money is tight. Money is not too free, so I'm not sure if this is the best route. But signing this would also boost him to a much positive state, which will make the marriage cheaper if we want the marriage. Ooh, Dong Zhuo's heir. And we can offer up someone like Duo Si, so that doesn't actually hurt our chances to marry Sun Ren down the line. This might be best. He's probably holding on to a lot of Dong Zhuo's items, but she should have something. I'm guessing the faction should be wealthy in items. The man who married our sister. And I can get his trend above 15. That's what we're gonna do first. Alright, one more should do it. He should have a green face for us. And then we can also shift our attention south against those factions down there. Oh, 16 still yellow? Shouldn't he have turned green already at 16? There we go. Surprisingly at 17? Oh, they call them cave lords, but she's actually administrator. Right, 2.8. It's much better now. And this is something that we can easily push through. And we welcome our first Han faction character, who brought us a ceremonial stone axe. It's not bad because of the bonus damage to melee infantry. That's something that we will have. Master Statecraft, not going to be relevant here. She will not have the extra minus 40 points because she is not a Nanman character, so she doesn't hate us. Her background is not great, but it's not terrible. We get the redeployment, we get the +1 rank from her afterwards. Should be decent. We could use her. Alright, so that's one marriage out of the way.
欢迎，我们谈谈吧。
No marriage here. I don't think you have anyone. You have 2
如
sons.
此甚善，
Both of them are married, apparently.
很高兴见到足下。
Or we might have a related to other faction issue now. We do. So that we have to divorce. That means they're connected to Dong Zhuo's clan somehow. Like the AI married one faction, then married another faction. So we have to do divorce. Or else we can't do any more marriages. Alright, gotta check this again. Because everything we saw...
话要谈，很高兴与你见面。
Because I think his son...
很
Wow.
高兴见到足下。
Wait.
朋友，欢迎。
Okay, at least Cao Cao came back, so that's fine. So we did fix it. They just didn't happen to have sons.
欢迎，朋友。有话快说。
Now, the reason why I think marrying our sister with, say, Cao Zhang is good is, 1, it's free. 2, this gives us a little bit of legitimacy as a faction, since he is related to the imperial family of the Han. So we can kind of say, wait, we're not paying him, he's got to pay us. We can kind of say that we have Han support when we do take over as emperor. And we can keep him as a friend for now. We do have to see if they're related to Cao Cao clan.
朋友，
They are, so we have to still sign up for the divorce. We'll take the character first. We'll sort out everyone later. Gotta go to family. We'll take a look at his items soon.
很高兴见到足下。
Who has the seal? That's the question.
说话小心点。
Oh, we're gonna war with him.
妙啊！
欢迎，朋友。
We're probably gonna end up at war with him. So for the 3 Han factions we're at war with, peace is not so far away. Okay, so I think diplomatically that's pretty much what we're gonna do. We picked up Liu Zhang, decent items haul here. Divorce will go away. He has food production, which is not terrible. Also can get all of the commander bonuses. Food production for us means taller commanderies, more population income. So a couple changes. She's gonna drop down. The problem is she's so useful as a marriage bait that we can't toss her into a bad situation. So she's probably still gonna be council member. Can I do that? There we go. And then our open heir position, I think everyone can be made heir in our court. Let's see if that's true. Has to be family? Then how was Cai ever our heir? I mean, he's okay, so they do have to be related. That is tough because the problem becomes we want someone who, like, my Yanchang should be seer then. Right, that bonus is not worth it for him to get a position. Where is he on the map? So he's not on the map. We fire him. Like, as good as this seems, Defying Cry, Southern Wrath, he's not gonna survive the firing. He's gonna hate us. Yeah, we have to let him go. There's just better characters. Maian must be in this position. These are his bonuses. 8 points of public order, 10 points of satisfaction. It's not debatable. He just has to be here. We need to give him more authority if possible. I mean, I guess we do care about faction-wide bonuses, but yeah, I guess we take this one. Six points. We don't want to take that from Mulul. Take that. Alright, so he's all set. Very happy with him. I don't think he's on the field. Okay, we do have this army on the field. If we still want to do diplomacy, we probably should do it now. The marriages.
老友来访，甚是欣慰。
有什么想法就谈谈吧。
I'm not gonna take the other two marriage. I think I'm happy with just these two characters here. We'll adopt Liu Zhang and set him up as heir. Unless we have a better choice. Which I really don't see. Are they married to the same person, to the right person? No. So we need to do a little bit of divorce for them. Choose a spouse? I think it's this one. Yeah. Okay. This makes Meng Huo a family, I think. Which makes him cheaper.
雄心万丈。城外何人求见？
Minus 72 for desire for higher office, ambitious chieftain. So his 10 points of melee evasion is really good. Maybe we just go with him instead of the percentage food. He is now related to us. So are his brothers. How are his brothers? Replenishment. No grudge, just a desire for higher office. Grudge. I think he's gotta go. We can't overcome that minus 50 plus minus 40. There's a chance that in a few turns, once the 20 turns up, we can welcome him back. Yeah, but that might be all we can do. Ally with the grudge. I guess we make him a cave lord. Use his burn trait for that purpose. Gives him position. Make him not hate us as much. Which settlement do we need one? Yunnan is pretty good. A mix of income. Why don't I see him? Is he in another position? He is. So he has negative how much with this? Right. I'm gonna give him this position just because he can boost income for us. And he'll be the same. No, he's a little bit angrier. One point off. This is bad because recently hired is going away. We need an air position that provides some sort of boost, and I honestly think maybe we do adopt Liu Zhang here for that end. He gives 5 points, which can be more. We can boost his authority a bit more to 6 points. Why do you have a resolve horse? See, she's also 6 points. Should give 3 points of... Maybe she's better. How do we adopt her, though? We don't exactly have the money. This is a terrible situation. Alright, we know we can't keep him happy, nor do we really want to keep him happy. So he's just gonna leave. He might come back. This is the best way to leave rather than for him to get completely angry and to leave by himself. So she's not technically related to anyone. She just has good active abilities, which might mean we should fire her, but just money saving. She's not actually unhappy. Stubborn General. Fresh Tamer. So he's new. Also have the Fondness, which is probably why we kept him. But I think we can also fire him. He has a cool name for Fresh Tamer. I mean, in Chinese it would be Feng, but we can call him Fei. Alright, I have a soft spot for that. I guess we'll keep him. Our Stubborn Sister. I can't keep him. He's got to go. We can give him a position. It would just end up costing us money to keep someone who will always hate us. I can make him a Cave Lord for now, I guess. 5%. It's not terrible. We have the opening, so why not? Meng Jie. Which commandery? Yunnan had theirs. Yongchang, not as lucrative. Xiangyang will be lucrative. We can throw him into Wuling for now. Is he... He disappears from this. 12 points. Better than 0. Right, he just needs a court position. He can also be made into an administrator, or cave lord as we say here. Yongchang with the spice. Jiuzhen with the lumber. For now. I'm gonna go beg with all the Han factions for cash, because we need to adopt someone. That takes 4K.
如你所愿。
很高兴与你见面。圣上，
Not much there.
欢迎，请进。
Steal his son? Oh, seriously? I think we can get maybe 1,000 from him. We're close. Can't imagine Liu Bei being very generous.
欢迎。
He is rich. Alright, we have enough for the adoption. We need Liu Zhang for the food production, so I think we still adopt him, and story-wise we would have a Han adopted son, Imperial family adopted son. It might mess up our family tree to the point where we can't marry Sun Ren, but I think right now this is probably more important. What a messed up tree. Doesn't matter. Right, so with his satisfaction boost and food, our food is now positive. He didn't get a core position yet. I mean, as long as it's not 0, we don't have to give him one. Mulu ranked up. It's gonna be an elephant rider for life. Dalai's only at 7. At least he's a 7. Alright, what other fires we have to put out? It seems like we have stabilized. And then if we look at marriage options, do we now lose the option to marry Cao Cao's family? No, we're still good there. What about Sun Ce's family? So we're still good here. So I guess that's fine. The adoption didn't hurt in that regards, and now we can focus on where we want our armies to be. So diplomacy is done. This is our main army. The problem with this army is we want to attack south, so they have to travel. Now they have to replenish quite a bit, so traveling might not be the worst thing for them. Wait, where are those? Oh, because we're at the limit, we don't even see the elephant as an option. We can recruit those. They're right here. This army is super fresh. Burnt, stubborn, burnt. It's a good combination. It's a pretty balanced army, to be honest. I think throwing them at the Han factions might not be a bad idea. So despite their levels, I'm actually kind of thinking of disbanding this group and just have them go down and fight. This is a much suitable army. They're definitely decent. 2 Buran officers. The only problem is Cai, who doesn't have resiliency. It's just broken like that. He just doesn't have the resiliency throughout the whole game. So I don't know if we can ever trust him that much. But charge negation on wolf packs. His ability is not great, to be honest. Alright. He's now in a great position. He doesn't need to be on the field. He's not good at that. Who else is here? Ah Huinan. Bad abilities. Not really a great background either. Strip him of his item. He is stubborn though, so that is good. But if you're a stubborn general, we're probably going to use you for key defensive holds, which means we need to summon you on the fly. And you don't need a retinue. Last guy, Yan. Eager leader. Oh, you might be a guy we just say goodbye to. Yeah, very much. We're not going to let you take an elephant with you. And we say goodbye to Yan. Fired. Alright, our economy is now much more balanced. They can end up in the settlement. We're probably going to walk them down. They're going to go attack over here. It's a decent distance to go, but it's not the end of the world. They'll be in good shape by the time they get there. This would be an army that we would want to launch fights from. They definitely all stay on the field. He doesn't need to be holding on to this. We're gonna hold here, just like how they're holding here. Burn officer with an elephant. What are we gonna use her for if we're not gonna... We can use her for assignment, I guess? She'd be one of the few with a actual useful assignment. We can put her in Fulin, where we have the most peasantry. Liu Zhang can boost industry, so Jianning is where he will be. That'd be a good way for him to level up as well, to give us more points. I don't think I need to be in a settlement. I think I should just be hurrying up over here. That's more than enough turns for them to have their army healed up, even without any bonuses. Alright, so they're gonna move. I'm still thinking about disband here. General's in poor shape. I'm also thinking about replacing him. I feel like he should just go back be a cave lord. He's not going to be that great on the field. I always have worried about him dying. Alright, it's decided. They will come out in the future, but right now it's just better to relocate them with a redeployment rather than locking them down. We get a bit of more money to play around with setting up our armies. Now the replacement for Cai is going to be interesting. We could go with a powerful general, which is what this army is kind of lacking. Wutugu would serve that role quite well. Just as a high damage general. We have an unbreakable general here. Bad abilities. Wutugu would have decent ones. Bad abilities here as well. Brilliant trade is the only thing that's super attractive. 2 elephants. He is the cave lord, but that is not the item. We want him to be holding on to not that. This next turn. We'll trade that. Okay, we'll be able to figure these things out as we go forward. Just gotta make sure everyone's here for a reason. Right, you're a fresh tamer. You're here because you have fondness? And your family? From what relationship? Like, I don't think she needs to be here. Yeah, goodbye. Like, even though she's a free character, I don't think she'll ever have a job. Possibly a job in the future. Same thing here. She's here just because she likes us, and I don't think that's good enough anymore. She's also not free. It's good abilities, but just not special enough that we'll use her. Stubborn's still very valuable, so I think for that we'll keep him. Although we do have a few stubborn general now. We'll probably throw him into an army just because there's +8 more. Maybe not him. Dong Tuna would probably be the one to get a job first. Plus 10% replenishment is still very, very good. And he's married to our brilliant officer. Huh, interesting. I don't think Dosu is going to be that strong offensively. His name is just too cool. He can stay here just because he has a good name. You can keep those. Our sister. Just marriage bait. We'll keep her. Cave Lord of Zhangke. We do have the Jade Sculptor, so she gets that next turn. Looking for something that can boost expertise. If not, then we don't use it. We just want as much expertise as we can for discounts. I know she's on the field, but she's probably in charge of looping on the field, so no need to do that. That's a pretty good bonus as well. But right now we don't need him to do anything. Gonna clean up all the items. Another stubborn. Where is he? Okay, so he's in the army with all the units. Avoid ambush. Take those away. It's gonna get a different one, but we're gonna trade it in, so that's gonna stay for now. Cave Lords go for more expertise. I don't think he needs the bow. The bow doesn't actually give satisfaction. Alright, I think our court is finally fixed, which is good. Now, settlements. Base income? Oh, we're just too poor to build stuff, right? That's the problem right now. Satisfaction is actually a decent state after putting my Atron in charge, to the point where I feel pretty comfortable raising taxes by 1 tier. Like, most of that's faction support. Yeah, it will actually shift back to positive. We can send 3 generals out there to take care of the rebellion. That's also faction support. So we can definitely support this tax level for now. Okay, I think we're good.
足下若还心怀百姓，
You have a lot of assholes. You can quit now.
如你所愿。
He has at least 8. Looking at the diplomacy list. Oh, right. We have this army sailing towards us. It's okay. We have army running over there soon. So until it gets killed, this makes it quite interesting here because items.
有什么想法就谈谈吧。
Okay, so they equipped it everything, it looks like. He's not gonna be heir. Lady Wu's gonna take over, I think. But he might be heir after that. So he might be still getting some good stuff. They're relatively weak right now. We could come in and just try to cement our relationship a little bit. I feel like we can get away with a little cheaper.
如此真叫人满意。老友来访，甚是欣慰。
Oh, Taran got married away. That's fine. We debated that. It's not that important of a marriage.
也青睐足下。
Okay, so Shixia is our biggest threat right now. I'm gonna send these 3 away soon. I'm gonna give them Dongtunat first,
相信直觉。
just for the replenishment boost, so that they can start marching. I mean, he's not a terrible general, just because of that replenishment bonus. Maybe we give him a chance. And then if we're worried about a rebellion in Yunnan, we summon out
为了
Wutugu.
所有族人，
当断则断。
I don't think they're going to make a move against us either, and we don't really need to make a move against them. Yeah, we're all waiting on this, I guess.
天命召唤
The money we have,
作战。
we're going to start building up. Which one is the one that we can get? Labor camp's the one that we can get later down the line. It's already been upgraded. We need a reform to upgrade. So not that. Which one is the armory? This one. Yeah, so we'll start here. We'll build the military infrastructure. We are going to need it for more elephants anyways. We're going to do it fairly. We're not going to cheese out any deployment. It seemed like they patched that up, or maybe I wasn't doing it correctly, but didn't look like we could go over. Zhangke. We have spices now, so we just need an entrepreneur. Takes more building tiers. 3K for this. 4th slot. Okay, I don't really see a big need for a 4th slot right now. There is base industry here. I'm only going to build in the commanderies where we have a Cave Lord. It's just more cost effective this way. I think it's time to get rid of this. It's never going to upgrade well. We just don't need it at this point. We have industry. We can get the industry percentage. Jiuzhen's a special case. We're just basically using the extra retinue here as defense.
我的热情永
Which means we probably don't need them on the field here.
主公尽管吩咐。
Alright. Think we're good.
请进，朋友。
Oh, he is so poor?
算是谈妥了。
That's fine. Alright, we'll save that bit of cash. Shixie gets a little bit closer, probably to about right here.
这对你我都
Nope.
有利。
Want to vassalize
自
us?
找的。
Now that I look at it, it looks like Renshaw has at least 10 vassals. It's going to take him at least 3 more turns to land and hit us. Alright, so they have that done. Do we have a change in who's heir? He's now officially heir. Respectability is about to even out eventually. Plus 15. Look like they're... Yeah, they do border our territory. Wait, no. Why? Shixie's faction is using faction council on us. That's brutal, because it's minus 15 replenishment. I'm glad we got the replenishment fixed. Now we can march. I'm gonna move these guys
我等无人能挡。
over here, and we'll try to start making a plan for attack on their
我
capital.
必须休息。
Yeah, we'll be ready to face them. We can try to make it a small city. Small city. I believe we're keeping it. Oh, there's some items that we shifted that we wanted to change, but we forgot. So this is a major one, which is some industry here. I don't think we have anything that can help. No expertise boost. Yep. Death of a friend, lack of purpose. He needs to be on the field, which he is. So that lack of purpose should go away. Oh. Only -0 now. We do want to spawn a rebellion, so let's do it. We're going to force the spawn. We're going to send... I guess it doesn't matter who. I'm going to send myself and see if we can, you know, maybe bond, become friends with the faction leader. That would help. By winning a fight against the rebels together. Potentially heroic victory. Minor settlements. I think we can wait. We can wait for the Cave Lord to be shifted. Right now, we're not going to make much from tax revenue anyways. So it doesn't really matter. Minus 17 points. That's fine. We'll save the rest of the cash.
足下有何看法？
She annexed them. So this is a peace proposal, isn't it? Yeah, sure.
足下欣然接受，令我等倍感欣喜。
We worry about Shixie first. Speak of the devil. Only 2 more turns.
我们不会攻击你的。
A decent payment. He probably doesn't have anything else he can offer.
达成一致，收获颇丰。
We want to bond with our adopted son. That can be given to our administrator. Leveling up. Desire for higher core position is killing us. He can no longer be a cave lord. To keep him happy, he has to be here. It's sad. Maybe we need to fight with him to get rid of that rivalry. We'll consider it. Alright, who is in the armies? Archers, 2 cavalry, a lot of spear. Nothing too scary. I think we just go wolf packs here. Two elephants should be enough against the infantry. They only have a little bit of cavalry. Wolfpack has decent speed with the charge bonus to chase down the range units and fight the generals. We should be fine.
为了胜利，
We're gonna just
被移动，
move closer.
最后的胜利。
They might have another stack. I might be a little worried about recruiting right in front of their faces, but I assume that's their main thing.
迅速出击！缜密谋划，方可取胜。看压他们，只能消耗我军辎重。
We're too happy at this stage. We should be a little bit negative.
聚气凝神。
He needs to still stay here.
没有扫 清六合，天下才能平定。
I feel like he should go to heal. I should go.
待时而发。
I need to fight with Daylight. So I think we also should split this group. Where Daylight's gonna get us as a buddy, so he loses rivalry.
雄心万丈，智慧如流水。
It'd be funny to have an army that can actually reach us, and then we're on march, and then we just get screwed. Let's hope we didn't curse ourselves. Build that. Maybe we can always build this first and then convert later. I can't really go tall right now because we don't have enough food. Also don't know if we can get rid of this food production because we don't have enough food. And also we don't really need a building like this. Alright, we're just going to save the money for unit recruitment. Next turn. It's just 20 turns of really bad satisfaction we have to get through. Alright, he'll be there next turn.
我们不会攻击你的，你自找的。
Huh. Liu Biao and Cao Cao? Alright, we got 5 points of satisfaction from this. It helps a little. I think we want this mercenary treaty. So that we get paid for our fights against the Han factions. Play their alliances against each other.
养精蓄锐。
Alright. We're gonna try to fix our relationship here. Yeah, we fought each other too much. Maybe that's why you don't like us.
72洞。
Who do we slap with them? We could give them a Burn Officer. We could also give them Utugu. That would be a very loaded army. Yeah, let's give them someone boring. Maybe he fits just because we're probably gonna do a lot of tigers with that army. All right, you guys take Fane. Since we're keeping him, we're gonna use
天
him.
命召唤我继续作战。
齐心合一。
Let's go here.
行进。为了胜利，遵从内心。
I'm gonna go Might of the Valley. Daylight. His bonuses are what? Replenishment. Maybe we can go Follower of the Flame. On brand for their unit type. I'm supposed to be... I guess we'll still get elephants for him. And then maybe a few fire archers just so that we can light things up. This group, he will handle the tigers for her. And then get fire archers on top of that. She doesn't really have anything in particular that specializes. Like, all the recruitments are super cheap now.
你有话说。
We took his elephants for the other unit, so he's not going to have that. But maybe he can run, like, Nanzhong Champions.
森林的气味
让人神清气爽。
Then she can run. Ooh, bankruptcy. We can get a little bit of cash from... Oh, he wants peace now. Too bad.
如此甚善。
He's also related to the Han faction. We can create incest by making Liu Zhang marry Liu Min. And they're gonna have a Nanman kid. Because all the kids in our faction is gonna be Nanman kid.
你的提案不错，
Alright, we're just gonna run negative economy, and we're gonna keep it afloat with cash, and then, you know, obviously use it for war. These should be ready about 2-3 turns.
随时准备出动。
Yeah, they'll be able to take this on. We'll wait 2 turns, and then we'll attack. They'll wipe them out, and then we'll come over here and attack as well. The peace deal with them is a little sad, because the land is very good, but there's not a lot of food. So I want to secure those first. And then we'll clear this bottom corner first, and then expand our way out afterwards. That's going to be the plan. I think we do have to come back and keep an eye
我
out
等皆青
for
睐足下。
marriage options, and also when this deal might be positive. There's a chance he has good items, like really good items. It's worth a shot.
我方同意了。
Yeah, really good items. Now we have legitimacy. Legitimacy, and also not a lot of problems with... We'll let the Han kid use the seal. We have legitimacy and satisfaction fixed. What else did he bring us? It's a good horse for our Cave Lord of Jianning. Oh, you don't get an elephant to play around with. Alright. Even in our very bad economic state, we're gonna have to divorce. Because we still want the sister. Oh, he's right here. But he's still so happy, so it's all good. Anyhow, we need to... I guess we end turn. Lock in the save, see if Shixia arrives. We can't build anything. We should actually cancel some of these buildings because we really can't afford it. Yeah, we're going to hold on to that cash to make sure we can withstand a couple turns of the negative. Yeah, only a few people are unhappy, and even the unhappy level is not that bad. He doesn't want to land. Okay, we're gonna go towards him then. He is not at war with them.
定能达成
He's only at war with us. So he's not gonna like take that land, open it up for us. Our economy sort of fixed itself in a sense. I don't have any deals with
荣
them.
幸再相见。
If we trespass, it's not the end of the world. Also don't want to keep this army here. You know, maybe they can go. This is a very temporary thing. If they disappear out of vision, we'll think about disbanding them. But this turn's probably just we don't do anything. Redeployment discount. Now he has all the bonuses that we would want. Dwassel's like, you promised your sister to me. Why is she being offered up in all these marriages? There is some industry in Wuling. Who's in Zhangke? There are plenty of commerce in Zhangke. We don't have most of the Jiangyang income sources yet. Alright, you're gonna give me industry income faction wide. Positive. There we go. Fixed it. And I honestly think even he doesn't need to be on the field anymore. He's not that unhappy after the +8 from the seal. And I don't think we're going to see rebellions, even at our current tax rate. Everyone's very happy. We'll find him an army in the future once we have our economy fixed.
这不可能啊！
He did not leave, so we can't really pull that army. If I ambush that army in place, maybe he'll resume sail and then bump into us. That might be a decent way to do it. But anyhow, we're going to end our episode here. We'll finish off Shixie next episode and then look into expanding probably around Nanhai. Pick on the smaller target first because we don't really want to agitate Lady Wu just yet. We still want to secure that marriage to Sun Ren to get ourselves a wife. Other than that, everything looks pretty good. We stole 3 eligible bachelors and bachelorette, all commander class to help shore up our heir situation. We got the Imperial Seal. After Sun Ce's death, they gave it to the brother. What a mistake. And we'll be conquering this corner first and then shifting our way up. We have a pretty solid relationship with Liu Yan. At least, I mean, no one hates us. That's the good news. And we can kind of choose and pick how we expand as we move forward. Eventually, we're going to conquer this piece of land as well. We'll see if we can save the Emperor. I somehow doubt it, but, you know, if anyone's going to hit that king rank, it's us first, right? We're probably closest to getting that because of the artificial prestige point that we receive from all the vassalization. So as we move our way up towards that, we should be the first one to trigger it. And if we can have the Emperor, I don't think he'll stay with us just because we're not a Han faction. We'll see how that goes. But overall, not a bad start. Did a lot of work fixing the court, and we'll come back and reap the rewards next time. Until then, bye.